Hello, 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 hello. Can you see me yet? Hello, hello, hi. Hey. Greetings, hello. Good morning, good day, wherever you are in the world. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is day 4 of Letting Go, a 5-day journaling journey. My name is Shauna Rae. I am in Ontario, Canada, and this is my Substack, Alchemy Word by Word. Each day, we've been working towards a theme. We've been writing about letting go. This is the topic, letting go, a 5-day journaling journey. And day 1, we talked and wrote about surrender. Day 2, we talked and wrote about pursuing joy, about finding what brings you joy, finding what brings you happiness, what lights you up inside. And yesterday, day 3, we talked about patience, having patience with yourself, having patience with others, the practice of patience. And today we also have a theme. And the way that we've been going through these sessions. Good morning, all. Hello, welcome. Hello, Christine and Lotus. Good to see you. Hello, Caitlin. Welcome, welcome. Hello. These sessions will start with some deep breaths to simply ground us into the space. We'll say a short gratitude to be grateful ahead of time of what healing can happen during the session. We'll talk about our theme today. And then we will write for a predetermined amount of time. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Got some frogs in my throat today. We'll have a writing prompt and we'll write together. We'll come out of the writing prompt. We'll see what comes up. I will write with you and we'll talk about, what comes up. And then I will pull 2 oracle cards to give us some further wisdom into the topic and to write about perhaps later, to give us more things to ruminate about. My goodness. Okay, so we're going to ground ourselves into the space just to begin things so that we just can kind of quiet our minds, relax, ease into the topic. So I will invite you, if it is safe to do so and you feel comfortable doing that, just to allow your eyes to float closed. My goodness, I've got so much in the back of my throat today. Beginning to be aware of your breath, allowing your amazing body to do its thing naturally. No need to control your breath, just being aware of it. Slowing down. Allowing any thoughts that come in, acknowledging those thoughts, but also releasing them. Almost like you're watching clouds, you're noticing the shapes and then letting them float by. allowing your shoulders and your neck to soften, and your body to soften into wherever you are sitting, perhaps lying down. And I say in through the nose and out through the mouth, but whatever feels comfortable for you, please do that as we take our first deep cleansing breath in through the nose and letting it all go through the mouth. And noticing, witnessing where in our body we might be feeling tension in this moment. And we'll start at the tip top of our head, allowing the top of our head to relax. Allowing our forehead, our eyes, behind our eyes, our temples, our nose, our lips, our jaw, our chin, our neck, and our shoulders to soften and relax. Allowing our chest to relax, our tummy to relax, our pelvis to relax, our buttocks to relax. Allowing our thighs, our quads, our hamstrings, our knees to soften. Witnessing our shins, our calves, our heels, the soles of our feet, the balls of our feet, the tops of our feet, and our toes to relax and soften. Allowing our shoulders to let go, our triceps, our biceps, our elbows to relax, our forearms, the heels of our hands, our wrists, palms of our hands, the tops of our hands, and our fingers to let go, soften, and relax. And just scanning from your head to your toes, where in your body you might be feeling some tension. And on our next deep breath in through the nose, we're going to breathe into that tension, not touching it, not moving, breathing deeply into whatever tension you're feeling in your body. And on the out breath, we're going to let it go. So taking our second deep cleansing breath into that tension and releasing that tension, all of it through our mouth. And melting into the quiet, into the stillness. Unfurling our fingers and toes, our brow, releasing, unclenching. And we'll take our last deep cleansing breath in any lasting tension, breathing into that tension and releasing it as we exhale. So in through the nose. And releasing it all through our mouth. And we'll go right into a short gratitude. I'm going to use the word universe here, and I'm going to say soul self, our highest self, our intuition, giving gratitude ahead of our session for all the healing that will happen for us as a collective. Dear universe, thank you for this opportunity to heal ourselves, to acknowledge any pain, any disturbance. Anything that we are holding on to. Allow us to support one another, feel held and supported by each other as we move through this session, this healing time. We know that when we heal together, it is amplified throughout the world. It raises the vibration of the earth. We may never fully realize the healing that we do and how it affects the people around us and how far that reaches. What a beautiful thing. May we remember when we are alone, feeling lonely, without a sense of belonging, that we are always loved, supported, and protected. We just have to ask. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself, showing up for others. Today is day 4 of letting go a 5-day journaling journey. My name is Shauna. My last name is Rae. And the last few days, the first day, we talked about surrender. That was the theme. We talked about joy and pursuing our joy, discovering, exploring what makes us happy, what lights us up inside. That was day 2. Day 3, yesterday, was patience. Can I practice patience with myself? Can I practice patience with others? What does that look like? And today is day 4. And our theme today is a pretty big one. It's self-love. So loving yourself. Having an appreciation for the beautiful magic that you bring to the world, that I bring. The individual gifts that you bring to the world. Having an appreciation for yourself, self-compassion, empathy for yourself, gifting yourself with joy, with pursuing the things that light you up inside. It is your birthright to be happy. You didn't come to this world to suffer. It is not your sole purpose to suffer. You are allowed to pursue the things that make you happy. You are allowed to open yourself up to beauty, hobbies that make you happy, experiences that bring you the highest joy. And you are allowed to love yourself. And often this is the most difficult thing to do. In a world that merits individuality and comparison, competition, it's certainly difficult to have love for yourself and then for others. But we're often taught, and you often hear it, maybe on social media, maybe on memes that you see all over the place. You have to love yourself first before you can love anyone else. And that is 100% true. You cannot give from an empty cup. But what does that look like? I know when I began my journey, I was full of self-loathing. I was really good at sarcasm. I was really good at teasing. My sense of humor was a little bit self-deprecating, but mostly targeted at other people. Think Janine Garofalo, if you know who that is, an American actress and stand-up comedian from, I would say, the 80s and 90s, so that's aging me. Many folks compared me to Janine Garofalo in my acerbic wit, my sarcasm, my knocking the piss out of folks, if you will. I was really good at it. But it felt really dead inside. And I hated myself. I had no self-worth. And that came from a lot of things. It came from my upbringing. It came from my lack of awareness that I could choose to be different. I didn't know that I could love myself. That seemed selfish. I was taught to not be, quote, full of myself and criticize others for being full of themselves, particularly other women. That was my plight. It came from my mom, the comparison, the competition. That woman is full of herself, or that man is so full of himself. Isn't that funny that what's wrong with being full of yourself? Is that such a bad thing? Being full up with self? And when we say, how can you pour from an empty cup? How can you give when you have nothing left to give? That would insinuate that we do need to be full of ourselves. Take care of ourselves. Love ourselves. There is a big difference between self-love and arrogance. Arrogance is a false love. It's based in insecurity, and narcissism is looking for validation reflected in other folks. For a long time, I sought validation from other people, 100%. And I still catch myself doing it. It is a journey. I am always still on a journey. I am sharing vulnerably about my own life because I feel called. I feel called because I think it can help other people. My own vulnerability connects with others. Am I completely, full of self-love all the time? No. I have my moments, certainly. I fall back. But it's more often than not that I do feel love for myself and deep compassion, empathy, cutting myself a break, not putting so much pressure on myself to be perfect because no one is perfect. It's called a human experience, and being human is 100% of that human experience. Being a human is making mistakes. None of us are immune. No one is immune. No one gets out without falling down and experiencing loss, grief, failure. But also overwhelming joy, success, abundance. Each day we can choose to love ourselves or to project the hatred that we have for ourselves on other people. We always have that choice. When we wake up, we can either look at ourselves in the mirror and think, hey, I love you. You're pretty okay. What are we going to do today? How are we going to be in the world today? How are we going to show up for ourselves today? It's all part of a human journey. When we can allow ourselves the grace to look back on our lives and not feel embarrassed, to allow ourselves to feel shame, perhaps, to sit with those feelings, to sit with the feeling of failure, to sit and grieve and mourn the loss. Sometimes of our former selves, sometimes of who we wanted to be, who we thought we would be. When we can allow ourselves to love ourselves through all of that, through feeling, through having a human experience, having grace with ourselves, often we give so much more compassion, empathy to others. Much more so than we give to ourselves. Why is that? Why is it that we struggle so much to love ourselves, to give ourselves as much love and support and kindness and caring as we give to other people so freely? And so today is day 4 of letting go, a 5-day journaling journey, and we will journal. I'm going to journal with you. We have a writing prompt. Our topic, our theme today is self-love. And we have a pretty big prompt, another one. It's an exploration. I'm going to give us a little bit more time today because I want you to go back as far as you can and as far as you can remember. And you'll understand what I mean. I'm going to put the prompt in our chat here. Again, it's a pretty big one. Thank you so much to those of you that are here. So much gratitude for you showing up and your patience with me as I am navigating this new platform. Thanks for your patience. Okay, the prompt is, what have been your life's proudest moments? It's a pretty big one. I'm going to give us 7 minutes to think back in our lives and write down. I have my own journal here. Write down what have been your life's proudest moments. On the clock for us. I'll write with you. I'll meet you right back here. One more minute, folks. And time. The time goes fast. That 7 minutes sure goes quickly. Were you surprised at how many things you could come up with? Were you surprised what you were proud of yourself for? When you write it all out, you've done some incredible things, right? You've lived this rich, textured life so far. We often forget the beautiful things that happen in our lives. We hyper focus on the things that we do that we think are wrong or incorrect or mistakes, when really they are leading us to the next adventure, whatever that looks like. Each thing that we think is a catastrophe turns out to be teaching us something on the other side. When we look back on our lives and we can list our proudest moments, can you love yourself just a little bit more? Can you have an appreciation of how you show up for yourself and others in the world? Because you do. It's human nature to focus our ego on what we're not doing or what we think the world considers wrong or a mistake or not fitting in. But we're meant to stand out. Each one of us is unique. We each have our own unique gifts and our own reason to be here. And we're allowed to love ourselves through that. So when you are feeling down and when you are feeling that the world isn't a place where you belong, look at this list. Look at all the amazing things that you've done so far. Look at how you've affected so many other people. Look how you showed up for yourself. Look how brave you have been. In every moment, you get the choice to show up for yourself, and then in doing that, you have much more capacity to show up for other people. I guarantee you, It is a big achievement to show up for yourself. But when you do, you actually model that for other people too. That's the ripple effect that I was talking about in the gratitude, is when you can model showing up for yourself. And that includes boundaries. That's a whole other topic, but boundaries. Putting yourself first, your own mental health, your own physical health, your own well-being, taking care of yourself. We are taught that we're supposed to be in service to others, which is partially true. Your gifts are in service to the greater good, to the world, but you are also allowed, and it's imperative that you have love for yourself. And that is all part of letting go. Loving yourself through it. Putting yourself first, your own well-being, your own mental health. And I am going to pull a few oracle cards for us. The first deck I'm going to use is the Guides of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron-Reid. And ask for some further guidance. I'm going to knock on the deck. And see what comes up for us. Going to ask the universe, our highest self, our soul selves, our collective universal selves, what is the guidance for us as it relates to self-love? It's the further wisdom that we can impart for today, for day 4 of letting go, a journaling journey, a 5-day journaling journey. And this card is number 17, a call for transformation. Metamorphosis, the in-between, the natural discomfort we experience between what was and what will be. Letting go of the past. When a caterpillar is ready to change, imagine how it might feel sick and disconnected. Who is it becoming? What is life away from the comfortable fuzziness and the safety of leaves? It knows only sweet, languid crawling, not the terrifying air, yet it dreams of flying. So it grows a cocoon, then loses itself, surrendering to the change, dreaming of strange and new experiences. How frightening it must be to die its old form so a new, incredible one can arise. Then the cocoon no longer fits, and there is a call to break open the barriers to allow this new self to soar. The risk is too great to remain. The gift is in breaking free and becoming new. Crawling is in the past. You are called to emerge. Spread your glorious wings and fly. You were the caterpillar. Now you are the butterfly. You were born to change, to leave your comfort zone, to evolve. Surrender to the process and trust the changes for the highest good. Become who you were destined to be. You already know how to fly. This is your time. Revel in it. The time between what was and what will be is one that most of us try to avoid. It's uncomfortable, yet it can be a rich experience. You are neither here nor there, who you were or who you want to become. But this period is essential to understanding who you are at your core, your truest values, and what drives you to your destiny. When your old life no longer serves you, and you've already begun the process of becoming a new version of yourself, ask, who do I need to become to have the experience that I say that I want? What has to change? What can I take with me? And what do I need to discard? It's important to see the past as a gift. Honor what was and take its pearls with you, for they are the treasures you will need when you cross into the adventure of the uncharted future and discover your new self. So, that list that you just made, does it help you figure out your truest values, who you are at your core, what drives you to your destiny? What will you bring with you? And what will you let go of as you discover a new self-love? I'm going to hold on to this card for us, and I will post these later. I'm going to pull one more card for us relating to self-love on our day 4 of a 5-day journaling journey. I'm going to pull from the Asha Frost Animal Elders Oracle. And I'm going to tap on this one too. Asking for guidance from our universal self, our collective self, our soul selves. What is the further wisdom about our topic, our theme, self-love today? A beautiful one for us. Here we are. It is number 29. Elder Muskrat. There, put it in the light. Believe in yourself. In one of the Ojibwe creation stories, Muskrat was the unlikely animal who saved all life after a great flood. Muskrat was the animal that the others felt was lowly and weak, and they didn't believe he could help. But Muskrat had faith he could do it, and he found and preserved a piece of Mother Earth when no one else could, and ended up the hero. Elder Muskrat glides through the waters into your space today to remind you to believe in yourself. Are you stalled in your progress toward completing a project? Or maybe you have a huge dream and feel like you don't have what it takes to succeed. If outside opinions have lodged in your heart, or the words of the world have taken down your confidence, Elder Muskrat offers a steady dose of inner fortitude to prop you up. Muskrat rustles up the reeds and ushers in your ancestors who have been watching your medicine walk. They stand in a circle with this elder all around you, offering ripples of assurance and conviction. Elder Muskrat helps you to journey back to your original instructions where your creation story told you who you are. Just like the muskrat had unwavering faith that they could see you, can believe in you whatever you desire. When your soul is weary and you feel like the world has pushed you down, call upon me to help you rise to the surface. I will help to buoy your self-esteem and shake off outside voices and opinions. You carry enormous strength in your heart. And when you forget, you can lean on me to remind you that you are not powerless. You are the hero of your own story. Hold yourself in the same regard as your ancestors. Believe. So this relates beautifully to self-love. Believe in yourself. You came here with a specific purpose, and you have gifts to share. It's okay to love yourself. In fact, it's imperative. Whatever that looks like. Think about what's important to you. What are your values? What do you hold true? Look at that list that you made. Look at what you journaled about. How will this help you move forward into the next version of yourself? Letting go of an old version and the old stories that you've been telling yourself. Again, I'm going to post these for us. And yes, I'm going to take a picture of these cards. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today. This has been day 4 of a 5-day journaling journey, letting go. Tomorrow is the final day, day 5, and I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing from you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, so much gratitude for those of you that have been here live. Thank you for being here, and I love, love, love you. Have amazing love for yourself, exploration, rumination about all the beautiful gifts that you have. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an amazing day, folks. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.